Bill Hitchcock, welcome to the program. I always say we've got a power pack program. Well, today we've got a power pack program, quite diverse program to get out to you. We're going to jump on into it. Now, I'm going to start off with a television station in the Wilmington area was reporting about increased shark hazards. We're going to dive into that. Also, let's see what the storms brought in. Remember I said unusual catches usually happen after storms? Well, it did. We have a new state record catch reported by the Division of Marine Fisheries. In the Fishing Report Department, we've got drum and more drum in the backwaters and sounds, cobia, tuna, dolphin, and viewer submitted catches we want to get out to you. Water temperatures. We still have that weird water temperatures information to anomaly that's been going on, and sea surface temperatures out in the ocean. Also, this is fascinating. We have a video of a shrimp trawl haul that was done yesterday. Want to see what it caught? We gonna show you. All right, let's get into some beach water temperatures. Duck 65 degrees, but once you hit Oregon Inlet and go south, it is in the mid to upper 80s. It's unbelievable that water temperatures can vary like 22, 25 degrees in between Duck and Oregon Inlet, but they do. But once you get back down into the Wilmington area, 75 degrees. Now, this is where it gets real fascinating. I want to show you the sea surface temperatures. Look at Pamlico and Albemarle Sounds. They are warmer than the Gulf Stream. Now, before anybody starts freaking out about global warming, no, this is normal for this time of year. So you've got 85, 87 degree waters in the Albemarle Pamlico Sound right now. They will get higher than that as the time goes on. You see that cold water. That's Oregon Inlet north, and you also see that band of cold water in front of Wilmington, and it's been like this for about a week or so, so don't be surprised when you see such radically different water temperatures up and down the coast of North Carolina. Now, last week, Monday morning early, I was doing the show, and I made comment about storms. One of the things that can happen with storms is an anomaly that happens is that sometimes they bring in fish that aren't normally here. Well, and I made mention of two fish. One of them was an ocean catfish. Look at this. That was caught down at the North Carolina, South Carolina border. Ocean catfish were caught immediately after Chantal. So it is not uncommon. So now the new state record, the North Carolina Division of Marine Fisheries recently established a new state record for bulleye. And I'll be quite honest with you, boys and girls, I don't know nothing about a bulleye. Didn't even know we caught those things here. But Jody Hopkins of Grimesland caught this 5-pound, 10.8 ounce fish off of Ocracoke this past June 21st. They were 30 miles off of Ocracoke in 200 feet of water using squid. There were no previous state records, and that seems to be happening a lot this year through the Division of Marine Fisheries, a fish that we didn't keep a record for, we are now, but the world record bulleye is 7 pounds and 14 ounces, and as I recall, that was caught off of Japan in 2023. Now, so congratulations on the new state record, and if you got anything like that, let us know. Now, Miss Gina's Fresh Shrimp, they're east of Beaufort here in Carteret County. If you want to get shrimp straight off the boat, you go to them, have been for a long time. What they did in response to this, I won't go too deep into it. For every pound of shrimp, there's 4.5 pounds of bycatch. What they did yesterday, they followed and trailed a shrimp trawl, and they showed the haul. They went yesterday evening. They went down to see the fishing vessel Cameron and Connor while it was shrimping. They said we made it just in time to see him wind back or pull his nets in. Let's go on into the video and take a look at it. continue on, did you know, I highlighted where the turtle, when they were pulling the net in, you could see parts of the turtle excluder device, which is a metal grate 4 inches apart. And I also highlighted one of the fish excluder devices that are sewn into the net. So there's several different excluder devices. Miss Gina says the tow was about 940 pounds of shrimp. If you did that 4.5 pounds of bycatch for every 1 pound of shrimp caught, that would mean that they had 4,230 pounds of bycatch. How much bycatch did you see on that tow? Well, I'm going to do a lot more about this in the future. I just wanted to show you this was done yesterday. Miss Gina evidently found out a boat was out, so they went out there chasing it. So I like the truth, by the way. I like fact and reality, by the way. If it's good for me, great. If it's bad for me, great, as long as we're pursuing the truth. So hopefully, and they say they're going to shoot more videos like that. Good for them. All right. Oh, they said also, Miss Gina said, someone will mention the color of the water. That is not turbidity from the shrimp trawls. The entire sound was that color from the wind blowing southwest at 2025. That's also why it wasn't the most steady of videos. I got you. Now, the increased shark hazard out of WECT TV 6 that came on Monday or Tuesday. And this is what caught my attention. It wasn't the shark hazard, but they said the National Weather Service has issued a coastal hazard statement due to increased activity of sharks near Carolina Beach. According to the National Weather Service, the statement was issued after Carolina Beach Ocean Rescue reported multiple shark sightings Monday afternoon. In addition to the increased shark activity, there's also a high risk of rip currents. Now, this is what caught my attention. The National Weather Service was reporting shark activity. I just don't recall that happening. So I went to the National Weather Service, couldn't find anything about sharks. I went to the National Weather Service out of Wilmington, couldn't find anything about sharks. I went to the National Weather Service in Morehead City, couldn't find anything about sharks. So I said, well, great, I'll just call the TV station or the beach group up tomorrow and see what happens. Well, before I could, this is what, like 12 hours later, WECT TV 6 issued this statement. It said a coastal hazard statement from the National Weather Service confused Carolina Beach this week after it referenced an increase in shark activity that local ocean rescue says they never reported. So they got up with the National Weather Service and they said, no, according to Steve, no. They said, we got a phone call and we thought it was from them. And then when they got up with the beach, Carolina Beach Ocean Rescue folks, they went, we didn't do that. So here's the moral of the story that I want to get out to everybody. This is the time of year for increased shark activity. It is not unusual. Warm waters come in closer to the beach. It is the time of year when we hear more of shark nibbles and bites and problems and things like that. Why? One, like I just said, they're in closer to the beach, and we've got the most people in the water. So, yes. Now, how this all got confused, I don't know. I know a Charlotte TV station picked up this story. I know a TV station in Oregon, the state of Oregon, picked up the story and reported about the unusual high shark activity that evidently didn't happen. So just in case you're worried, folks, or saw that news report, just relax. There is a higher level chance because of the time of year and the frequency or the numbers of people in the water. So just, keep your eyes open, be smart when you get in the water. Don't go early in the morning. Don't go late in the afternoon. Those are feeding times. So just play it smart. All right, the fishing report. Let's get on to it. Jeanette's Pier says black sea bass, croaker, flounder, spots, and sea mullet. And they're reporting as of yesterday, this ocean sea temperature at 66 degrees. We just saw that off of the sea surface temperature information. So it is cool up there. Fishing Frenzy out of Nag said, it wasn't under the rainbow, but we found a few today. So you can see all those Baylor dolphin and some nice tuna. It is the time of year for that. Throw in some wahoo, and that's pretty much offshore fishing. Outcast Fishing Charters out of Wanchese Marina say, we braved the hurricane winds this afternoon. Fished hard for a couple of hours with no love. Finished up with a beautiful 48.5-inch citation drum on the trout rod. We keep hearing, And he said a mama blue and 2 over 26-inch trout and a keeper drum in shallow waters. We reported on this Monday, and the week before that, guys are out there fishing for trout and maybe drum, and they see big ass cobia or a big ass, pardon my French, I get excited about this kind of stuff, drum, and they're slinging out on light tackle some lure, and they're landing these things. Now, in-game sport fishing out of Oregon Inlet. Said surf and turf with mahi and tuna. Again, that's going to be your offshore report. Now, this one I like a lot. Clay McPherson with Above Sea Level Adventures, and that's above letter C level adventures. He got up with me. Just look at this video.
Another big boy on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, it hooks my fucking foot too.
Oh, yeah. What a stud. What a stud. Yeah, look at that thing. Pretty boy.
Drum and speckled trout. He says southwest winds is the absolute best for red drum fishing around Oregon Inlet. You recall for the past couple of weeks we've had a variety of charter boat captains in the Oregon Inlet Hatteras area say the exact same thing. A southwesterly wind turns on the drum bite. Now, he said what he was using for bait lures tactics, he says Carolina rigs with cut mullet, 84-degree water, and 2.5 feet of water. So that is shallow, and that runs consistent with some folks last show that were releasing big old drum in just a couple of feet of water. So congratulations to Captain Clay McPherson with Above Sea Level Adventures. Go to Facebook, either Clay McPherson or Above Sea Level Adventures. All that stuff is there. Now in Hatteras, hookup charters, Hatteras, they say drum. July is proving to be one for the books. Good fishing all week and got openings starting next week. Now, I put that in there for a couple of reasons. That charter boats are booked up during the summertime. Well, they're booked up, maybe in a year in advance, but cancellations happen. So please, if you're thinking about going, call your favorite charter boat captain and say, hey, do you have a day open? Because they'll happen quickly, so you can move quickly. And by the way, these folks hook up charters. We showed them releasing a really big drum last week. Now, Frank and friends out of Avon, North Carolina, the fisherman's friend, they said, we have had sunshine, but some pretty rough surf out there today. It's been difficult to hold bottom. Sputnik sinkers, we're going to talk about in a minute, seem to be the weight of choice. There are a lot of reports of croaker scattered around the ocean side, along with some bluefish here in Avon and Frisco, along with some scattered sharks. Now, this Sputnik weight. Let me just show you this real quick video.
Switch out your pyramid weights for Sputniks. When you cast out, the weight settles and the stainless steel arms grab into the sand, making it more difficult for the weight to move. When a fish picks up your bait, the stainless steel arms snap open, allowing you to easily retrieve your leader.
That is a Sputnik weight. That was Phil Hollingsworth video, by the way. We appreciate that. It shows how this Sputnik works. I put up a still photo that basically those legs retract back. I'm trying to do it with my hand. Go back to when either a fish hits it or when you just yank on the line to retrieve that weight. Other than that, it's going to get those tines into the sand, because the problem with a pyramid sinker is they will roll. They will, you're throwing, so what happens, you start throwing heavier and heavier weights out there. And the next thing you know, you're throwing, your weightlifting equipment out there. So try a Sputnik weight if you're in heavy surf. And again, Phil Hollingsworth, go to YouTube, take a look at what he has got there. Done deal sport fishing, wahoo, tuna, and some mahi for the meat slam. We just had Friday the 18th open up. If someone wants it, this is what I was just talking about. It just opened up for them, so give them a call. Hatteras Harbor Marina inshore fleet having a good day catching speckled trout and bluefish and red drum. Offshore fleet had a good day catching blackfin tuna and some wahoo. Bite Me, the boat, released 2 sailfish. Calypso released 1 sailfish. Now in Ocracoke, trade winds, bait and tackle. Derek Stevens caught this gorgeous bluefish in the Pamlico Sound off of Ocracoke this week on a Castmaster spoon they got from Trade Winds. In the central area, the Cape Lookout, Crystal Coast area, breakwater charters out of Moorhead. Wahoo Wednesday, just yesterday, came out of the bridge to snap a photo for my crowd and caught another one while trying to get the picture. Love it. Very good fishing this summer. Chasing Tails in Atlantic Beach. They say we have been seeing some steady action in the backwater so far this week with trout and drum. Shop captains William Gillikin, James Nick Nance, and Rick Patterson have been keeping their crews on some nice speckled trout and red drum. Way to go. And that's consistent up and down the coast. Inside drum, inside trout, and while these guys are trout and drum fishing, throwing out artificials primarily, except with Captain Clay earlier was talking about he was fishing with a cut mullet. They see a big drum, they see a big cobia, so hang out in those big waters, sound waters. Emerald Isle Adventures, no ocean fishing this week, but we had some fun in Bogue Sound. Yeah, they did. Take a look at that. Southern Run Fishing Charters from the Bridge Tender Marina in Wilmington. A little bumpy on the way out today, but made it worth it with a couple of cobia. Now, these guys, I don't know what they're doing or where they're going or how they're doing it, but they have been consistently catching cobia over the past several weeks. Congratulations to those folks. All right, the Oak Island surf. I do know there is black drum being caught out of the surf as well as sea mullet. A viewer submission, Dwayne Sawyer. He says, hey, Bill, went offshore on July 4th and caught 3 Americans. I assume he's talking about the fish. Also saw a water spout. Thanks, Dwayne. I don't know how many reports of water spouts during the 4th and the 5th there were, but there were a bunch from there, particularly up to the Bogue Banks area. Another viewer submission, Reed Lewis. Cobias, look at that. I love that. He says, I know so many folks have to love and enjoy what you do on your Fishing Report YouTube program, as well as regulation and law pieces. Thanks for all you do. We'll send fishing pics real soon. That was Reed Lewis. Thank you very much. Now, my email address, billhitchcock@mail.com, billhitchcock@mail.com, not Gmail. Please send me pictures and videos and fishing reports there. Don't go to Facebook. And I'll tell you one reason why. Somebody took one of my videos and posted it on another Facebook page, and people are commenting on this other Facebook page, and I have no idea that it's there. And I got notified last week by a guy, said, how come you turned off the comments? I said, well, I haven't turned off the comments. It was somebody else's Facebook page. So please email me, billhitchcock@mail.com. Now, Reed Lewis made comment about the things of law and all. I know that what I showed earlier is controversial for some, for many, about the shrimp trawls. I do have some more pieces that we will be getting out that are not fishing report related, that are in regards to law, we'll say not maritime law, marine fisheries situations that we do have. And I want everybody to keep in mind what I made mention earlier. I'm just interested in the truth. Let's pursue the truth, not agenda. If I don't care about being right, I care about it being right. I care about the truth. If I'm wrong, great. If you have information, data, whatever, send it to me. If you got a topic that you want covered, get in touch with me. BillHitchcock@mail.com. Let's go after the truth. Let's preserve our fisheries. Let's have fun fishing. And let's eat seafood and preserve that as well. All right, that's all for now. I'm Bill Hitchcock. Until next time, see ya.